just wanna run. My energy is safe and when reveling I'm undone. I feel the decay. I don't wanna be alone. I can still feel you inside my bones.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy Architect the Dreamer back with another ATD Reacts. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. If you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button, click that little bell so you'll get notified every time I drop a new video. Make sure to follow me on socials at ATDmusic, on Instagram and Threads at ATDreacts, and on Facebook at ATDofficial. At the beginning of this video, you heard a snippet of my newest song, Bones, which is out now on all streaming platforms. You can find the link for that in the description below. I also have an official lyric video out for that as well. As I've said in my last few videos, I now have the amazing opportunity to be able to offer you guys memberships because of how insanely fast my channel has been growing, which is just mind-blowing, and I'm so grateful to all of you for your love and support. And so I have two levels, $2 a month and $5 a month, and what I'm going to be giving with that is early access to videos that I have up, videos that aren't going to be on my YouTube channel, like my public YouTube channel, that'll just be there for members, sneak peeks of new music that I'm working on. I've got a lot of stuff in the works, things that are going to start releasing as early as next week. So if you guys love what I'm doing and you want to support me with a couple bucks a month, then that would mean the world to me, but I don't want anybody to feel any pressure whatsoever. And then this Friday is the first episode of my new series called Between the Lines, where I'm going to be interviewing other reactors, other musicians, bands, etc., and just kind of shining a light on them as people beyond the music, beyond the content that they're creating. So I'm really excited about that. Today is a important and awesome day because there's a brand new Chinchilla song out that literally dropped hours ago. And since I started this YouTube channel, there has not been a new release from Chinchilla as far as I know. This one's called Avoidance. We've got an official lyric video, and I am so excited. So we're just going to dive right in. This is brand new Chinchilla with Avoidance and a lyric video. Let's get it.
You sent me a message, just leave me alone. Now I'm shaking head to toe. I'd rather the silence. I don't wanna know. I know it's delusional.
Whoa. Okay. So this is definitely going to be a heavy song. Visually, it feels like there's some like Wizard of Oz kind of stuff with the floating house and the suitcase. But I could be totally off on that. It also could just be representative of, I mean, lyrically so far, it basically sounds like it's a conversation of someone telling her to leave them alone, which is terrible. I really like the way that she did this lyric video where it looks like the lyrics are being typed live. You've got like some typos where like you're backspacing and then continuing it with the rest of the phrase, and it feels very raw and in the moment. I really like that, but I have a feeling this is going to be a very heavy song.
Now I'm shaking head to toe. I'd rather the silence. I don't wanna know. I know it's delusional. but I don't have the strength to let you go. It's not that I don't love you, in fact, it's the opposite. I get anxious when you call. I'm so scared to message you in case you're with some lucky bitch, so I leave it all. You want closure, I avoid it, and it must be so annoying. I just can't imagine that you're gone.
So clearly it seems to be about a relationship where in this particular case, who she was with left, and she's having a really hard time letting that go. To the point of avoiding closure with the hopes that maybe it's not fully over. Like maybe if I just wait around long enough, if we just let things settle, if we figure our own shit out, maybe we can find our way back to each other. Man.
So scared to message you in case you're with some lucky bitch, so I leave it all. You want closure, I avoid it, and it must be so annoying. I know I just can't imagine that you're gone.
So far, this is so raw musically as well.
I'd rather avoidance than live in the know. I'm not trying to long it out.
So musically, we've had pretty much just guitar up to this point, and then right now with the second verse, you can kind of hear the bass come in the background, which leads me to believe there is going to be some kind of a build up here eventually. But I mean, those words right there of I'd rather avoidance than live in the know, which is like, I'd rather avoid knowing what the truth is and just legitimately like be able to live in this thought of like, maybe it's not over, than to know that you've moved on, to know that you are now with somebody else, because that would hurt more than not having the closure and not knowing where this is going to go.
I'd rather avoidance than live in the know. I'm not trying to long it out. I hold on to items and hold on to hope, 'cause I can't bear to live without. As long as I don't contact you, then I don't pull you down. It's not that I don't love you, in fact, it's the opposite. I get so anxious when you call. I'm so scared to message you in case you're with some lucky bitch, so I leave it all. You want closure, I avoid it, and it must be so annoying. I just can't imagine that you're gone, and I'm not trying to make it harder. I just never dealt with so much love, and I don't know what to do with it all, 'cause no one else will ever be enough to let you go. And then
being in a relationship where you feel like you have so much love to give to that person that you're with, and then that being over, and feeling like you focused so much time on developing and growing that love for that person, that love that you have doesn't feel like it's a general love. It doesn't feel like it's just like a love that you have as a person. It feels like a love that was developed for a specific person. And then when that's done and gone, it feels like that love that you developed, that was created over that time, that can't just be applied to somebody else, which is not the fault of somebody else. It's the deep yearning and longing that you have to be able to give that love to the person that developed that within you.
And I'm not trying to make it harder. I just never dealt with so much love, and I don't know what to do with it all. Cause no one else will ever be enough to let you go. And it must be so, and I cannot know. I just can't imagine that you're gone.
Okay. We got some drums coming in.
And now you're with some lucky bitch. So I leave it all.
Very subtle though.
Closure, I avoid it.
Ooh.
And it must be so, and I cannot know.
Oh, okay. So musically, we have just a very, very subtle kick drum that comes in there, which is a technique that I've used before. I actually used it on my song Down the Coast, which is primarily an acoustic song, but I threw that subtle kick in there just to add some depth to it and to be able to create some dynamic and some build up. And that's exactly what she's doing here. But then we get the harmonies that come in for this final chorus that she's singing, which again, like musically, there's not a ton going on. We've got guitar, we've got bass, and we've got some very subtle kick, but then we've also got now these harmonies that are acting as an additional instrument that create this build, even though instrumentally it's still very, very stripped back, which is a very cool thing.
No one else will ever be enough to let you go. And it must be so, and I cannot know. I just can't imagine that you're gone. And now you're with some lucky bitch. So I leave it all. You want closure, I avoid it. And it must be so, and I cannot know. It must be so, and I cannot know. I know.
Woo! Sing it,
I just
Chinchilla.
can't imagine that you're gone.
Oof. Oof. That was Avoidance from Chinchilla. Man, what a way to rip my heart out. It's such a heartbreaking situation to be in, where a relationship ends that maybe you don't want to end, but you don't really know what else to do. And then once it does end, for the sake of preserving what was there, you avoid trying to get that closure. And even the referencing of like them calling her and then her scared to message them Because for all she knows, they could be calling to say, hey, I want to get back together. But they also could be calling to say, hey, we're officially done. I've started seeing someone else. And knowing that information is sometimes more painful than not knowing the situation at all. But then feeling like, is what I'm doing, is avoiding this, is not allowing that closure, is that annoying to the other person? Is that frustrating to the other person? Is it selfish to not want to let something go that is over? And I would argue no, that to some degree it's not selfish. I think it all depends on the context of the relationship and what was there and how it ended. But man, heavy song. I would love to hear what you guys think of this new Chinchilla. Drop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if this is something that you can relate to. If you want to share your stories in the comments, I love reading those. Sometimes it's just nice to have an outlet to be able to get something off your chest, and not necessarily saying that a public comment thread on the internet is always the best place for that, but I do read all of your comments, even if I'm not able to respond to all of them. I do try to read them the best that I can, and sometimes it can be cathartic just to get that out. So I would love to hear from you guys. Drop down in the comments, leave your thoughts. As I said at the beginning of the video, make sure you subscribe, click that little bell, follow me on socials, check out my new single, Bones. If you want to support what I'm doing from a financial perspective, my memberships are available now, and the first episode of Between the Lines drops this Friday. I'll see you guys back here for the next one.